Would you like to take off your clothes?
Your
I mean,
clothes,
your jacket?
and you get the hell out.
Ah.
Get up.
Try it. Your coat, yes. Goofing off is what I'm talking about here, guys. Goofing off.
There are no flashy lights and cameras here, but this is a film school, and that is local Seattleite and Hollywood actor Tom Skerritt.
And broke a major rule of engagement.
He and 4 other filmmakers have formed a school here in Seattle that deviates from the conventional camera-centric film schools of LA. Simply called the Film School, the founders are building a homegrown community of storytellers that are hoping to change the way we look at movies, not in Hollywood, but right here in our own backyard.
I was at a dinner with Tom Skerritt and John Jacobson at a film industry meeting, and we all talked about what does Seattle need. And even though we had all thought it individually, we all agreed that the school was a needed thing here in Seattle. We all need a screenwriting institute to address storytelling. And so from that point on, Tom, John, and I got together, and then we brought in Rick Stevenson and Stuart Stern, and the film school was born.
And maybe a conflict is, or a nugget is actually the what is hope.
What is hope?
Yeah.
I prefer what is hope to how do I maintain hope. The heart of character is observing other people. We spend so much time with our life flashing before our eyes, not considering anything that happens. The more you can get out of your head, out of the intellectual side of your head, thinking about characters, and just get to that root heart of yourself and your characters, that's amazing.
A student from the first session found out that I had left my day job and I wanted to pursue art and writing, and he said, if you're really serious about pursuing writing, you have to look into the film school.
This film school is intensive. Students meet 12 hours a day for 3 weeks, learning everything from how to structure a screenplay to directing and acting in scenes they've written.
In fact, you've almost been like you were repulsed by me.
We're asking for high standards, because the higher the standard in the writing, the higher the acting is, the higher the directing is, the higher everybody goes, because they were given something that clearly is asking a lot more of them.
I didn't expect it to be as thoroughly instructive as it is, but I kind of like that. I like just being inundated with all this information so that when I go home, I'll get to work.
We just look at the eyes to get the truth out of people, right? And so the eyes in a close-up are your biggest ace in the whole shot you have. They're the most powerful shot. I'm at the film school because I love to teach. That's the #1 thing. You know, I love directing, and directing and teaching to me are just side by side. You're working with people, you're trying to inspire people, you're trying to nurture people, you're guiding people. Look like one head looks like this.
The film school considers itself lucky to count among one of its founders and instructors, local sage and screenwriting legend Stuart Stern, who is best known for writing the James Dean classic Rebel Without a Cause.
What I teach is really sensitizing all of us. I try to instill in the students the necessity to do that. That if they're writing about a 15th century poet or artist, that they have to be in that studio. They have to make that real. What do you mean busy? He says, I'm very busy dying. And then he crawls over to where Plato is, and every time they shut their eyes and have a dream, that's a scene that's going to be used somewhere, or can be.
My role is then to take that thing, that hairball that's in their throat, get them to cough it up and express it so that they can turn it into a storytelling tool. Storytelling is really hard. It's both an art and a craft. By the time you've gone through your first classroom, people have shared things that they may have never even shared with another person before. It's very intense and very personal. I also hope that they take away a sense of community, because that's another thing that most writing classes don't teach, is community, and yet it's vital because writing is an extremely lonely trait.
I'm optimistic about what I've learned and what I'll be learning. I'm a little frightened for the end because it's kind of that big horizon. What do I do next with this knowledge?
Only into its 4th year of classes, the film school has already enjoyed a number of success stories.
One of our students got an agent almost immediately out the gates at ICM. A student has sold a screenplay for $75,000 out of the gate. We've won, I think, 2 Washington State screenwriting competitions.
We hope that they learn to be better people, more sensitive people, and see themselves in a different way.
I think we can impact the business. I have the audacity.
This is not about learning how to do it like a step-by-step, connect the dots sort of thing. It's a matter of giving you tools that you can work with.
Design is everything, and that's hard. But if it was easy, everybody would write a perfect movie.
And the hope is that you'll find what you need rather than what you thought you wanted.
My real desire would be that I can stay home with my son and stay creative at the same time. So I'm hoping to keep the fire burning, the excitement for it.
Because it is the most influential of our media. I think we have a responsibility to do the best we possibly can as filmmakers.
And that this is like, it's like an ocean crossing, the first ocean crossing. It's such an adventure, this trip we're on. And it's a vacation from oblivion.